Into the roar of the 450s and out of the block and then I think it's going to be the Emma. Look for 44, look for 44. I think it could be Maximus. Look for Maximus. Can he do it? Maximus Purvis, does he get the whole shot either way? Yes!
Oh, here we go. Hamish Howard trying on the inside, but it's going to be Maximus. Hang on to it. There's a drag race up towards the container. Hamish Howard, Maximus Purvis side by side. That's all important first lap here. And again, great starts from those two. And we see Maximus gets caught up in the inside rut, so Maximus makes a mistake, and Hamish Howard now goes up the inside, so Hamish Howard is going to lead this race, and Maximus in the lead makes the mistake. He's right there still, so it's anyone's Tyler Steiner, a great start from him. There's Coops in fourth place, so he's going to get into third place and see if he can hang on to this trio. What a race one we had. It was shaping up again with an absolute doozy. Maximus Purvis did all the hard work, had the lead, and made a little mistake into the tight little right-hander. And now Hamish Howard is going to take command of this one here, but Maximus Purvis riding on another level this year. He is absolutely hard charging. Got that all-important race win in Balclutha to stop the runaway train of Hamish Howard. This morning, another second place, so the championship points are all on as they're side by side down the hill. This is electric racing. Maximus goes around the outside. He's got the inside for the next corner. Can he hang on to it? There's nothing in it, and Hamish just manages to keep the power on. And it's going to be Hamish Howard, Maximus Purvis side by side. And then while this is going on, their gap in the field, it's Cody Cooper in third place. So he'll need to try and dig deep just to hang on to this front two. There's a couple of world-class superstars in action here. Unbelievable racing at Rotorua Motocross Park.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, if those guys can last the distance, take a bow, because they are just putting so much on the line in that early lap. Nobody is going to give, but nobody in that bike fight. When you looked across there for 1 minute, you thought you were looking at one ride, all of a sudden you saw the one come out the shadow. There was actually two there, so special to see as we look for the advantage coming. It is mighty Hamish Howard. He's got the advantage here on that CML KTM in fine flying form on this beautiful 450 SXF, and he's in great position now to continue on his way. So got the advantage. He got it by almost a second as we go back to 44 of mighty Maximus, and then the 1-2-1 of Mr. Cody Cooper, and a fast and flying third place as we look out for the others to come through. So hot shot performance. The three that have got it, but look at this freight train of the other riders in behind them playing for fourth place and onwards, and they include in the bike battles to go on at the moment. We'll look out to Michael Kratzer in there along with Kane Lamont and Tyler Steiner, Brad Groombridge in there on the Kawasaki with Sam, Jesse Donnelly and Hayden Smith. Hayden Smith, of course, fresh from that hot shot race in the MX2. He's come back out as well. So remembering, of course, these guys, they're the ones that are doing MX2 and MX1, the double, and people like Hayden that we've got out there and Cody, what they've got is only an MX3 race between them. It's only a 12-minute break, whereas some of the others that are doing bigger gap, like if you're doing 125 and MX1 like Hamish, you've actually got the program falling more in your favour because you've got a bigger gap between racing. But those guys doing it back to back, that is absolutely frantic. So great to see. And Maximus Purvis, man, what a great start he got. He got the whole shot. He halfway down the straight. It was his by nose. He continued on that way. He made the mistake on that first lap to go back to that second. But now that Hamish has gone through, he is flying. Look at the air they're getting as they leap up as tall as the poplar trees on the back row. And then they come down that awesome downhill, Brad. How good is that to watch? And if you notice now, the line's changing, that inside line must be ugly because nobody's going anywhere near it. They're all going wide now to tuck into that bottom corner.
I tell you what, full credit can be taken by the Rotorua Motorcycle Club because this track has now formed up so beautifully. Just the widening they've done, there's slight improvements here and there. They've shifted a lot of dirt around, and this track's formed up absolutely beautifully. So what that means for race fans is we have multiple lines, plenty of passing, plenty of awesome race pace on, and these front three are absolutely going for it. So Hamish Howard, Maximus Purvis, Cody Cooper, you can throw a towel around them as Coops makes the mistake. So we've had Coops just wash the front right before the finish line, gets a quick recovery, but unfortunately for Coops, it may just mean he's lost touch with the front too, and a devastating drop of the front, an uncharacteristic mistake from the 9-time champion. So Cody Cooper now, a little bit of work to do, and he's fallen into the clutches of the end of Michael Kratzer and 94 Kane Lamont. So this is some great racing, talented field, and still 15.5 minutes to go, MX1.
Well, we've got a fantastic crowd here at Rotorua, man to man. People have come back to support the sport. We've got a beautiful day for our sport, and I say that from the point of view of the weather. This is a very nice low 20-degree day today. A little bit of cloud cover, then the sun's coming out again. It's a nice fresh air, so these riders will be really enjoying it. It is, if you were to ask for weather on a motocross day, you wouldn't get much better than this. Big crowds come in to enjoy it today, so for you people out there and online, no matter where you're watching in this great country or anywhere around the world to watch New Zealand motocross, a very warm welcome to our family as we enjoy this fantastic sport. This trio that we've got excite and delight us, and they have been so much to our sport in the last few years. We go to many of the events, and who's it going to be today? Is it going to be the Ctas? Is it going to be Mighty Maximus? Or will it be Hamish, that hard training, really tough flyer out of Auckland? Any of those three, and look at this today, has certainly been a run for Hamish to try and get the upper hand. This is a turning point, of course, for the championship, because we're going to be at the end of round number 2 of a 4-round series with the new format, having lost one of our venues due to the serious cyclone that devastated the country last a week and a bit ago. And then we're going to be back, of course, for a double header at the famous Taupo, the home of Ben Townley, the great Digger McEwen Motocross Park, and we'll be looking forward to that venue come the double header in 4 weeks' time. That's Saturday 25th and Sunday 26th of March. 3 races for our championship on the first day and only 2 for the second day, and the reason for that is to give us a bit of an offset for 2 reasons. We'll have the YZ65 Cup there on the day, but importantly, putting in a double header for people that are doing these double classes, there's got to be a bit of reprieve for them, and it'll also give us an odd number of races, which are way easier to calculate, and you have less chances of number double-ups as well. So a lot of positive reasons to do the double header at Taupo. We'll love being at that mighty Moto Park in 4 weeks' time. But right here, right now, it's Rotorua, Roto Vegas as it's sometimes nicknamed, and this place is putting in a fantastic event for our race. Oh, makes a mistake, goes down, drops it on the corner, quickly time to pick up and get going again. Maximus made the mistake again, and now, I'll tell you what, now that's Cody. Cody's seen it. Here we go. Here's it on the slow-mo, on the update, into the corner, legs are off. You can still see his left hand up there. See, he's got the clutch in, He can quickly get off, still got the clutch in, the engine's still going. He can pick that bike up with his might, quickly get the leg over with his Fox gear on there and get away to do it once again. And there's Cody right behind him. So he is lucky he hit that buffer, and that buffer was made by the mistake made by Cody. So that proves that each of those 2 boys have now made a mistake. That's going to be a bit of breathing space for Hamish Harwood out there, Brad, to carry on. He should win from here.
Well, that's the Hamish is the one that made the mistake at race number 1, so now all 3 of them have had a mistake, really, and what it's done is given a massive bit of breathing room for Hamish Harwood. And if it finishes like this, we'll have Cody Cooper and Hamish Harwood tied on points, and 1 point behind him will be Maximus Purvis. So it'll be winner take all in the 3rd and final race if they remain in this order. Was the overall for today at round number 2. So exciting stuff with the 1st and the 3rd on the cards for both Cody Cooper and Hamish Harwood, and a couple of seconds for Maximus. It'll be 45 points for them, 44 for Maximus, 1 point in it with a big 3rd and final race coming. But we've still got a massive 12 minutes plus a lap to go on this one, so a lot to unfold here, and MX1 dishing up yet more thrills and spills.
Oh wow, to see it and to see the depth of it as well at the moment is our right. A special shout out to Michael Kutzer, and Michael, of course, coming from Austria to join us here in New Zealand at the moment. Want to do that pronunciation a little bit better. Kratzer. Got to get that pronunciation better. Michael Kratzer. So welcome to Michael on board with the Honda race team. A good rider out of Austria as we mix him up, of course. It's where we wind the clock back over the years and where we see that riders have come to us from overseas. And hey, we've had plenty of them over the years that have made our motocross something special. And my favourite, of course, is talk about our Swiss international, the great Gaudens and Gaudens Gessler. And for Gaudens, and then, of course, deciding New Zealand was his country of choice, and brought his lovely girlfriend over and said, this is where I'd love to be. Would you like to come and join me? And they were engaged and got married and have had their family over here. So a lovely example of our international sport motocross and what a role it's played in people's lives and countries I've chosen and raced in. So no pressure on you, Michael, far from it, but just one of our great stories of people that have come to watch our motocross and stayed to love our country. Bring it on with more mighty NZ Motocross, brought to us by Aon Insurance, Fox Racing and Pirelli. Power is nothing without controls. Ladies and gentlemen, Hamish Harwood, Maximus Purvis, Cody Cooper. The margin 5.7 seconds at the moment for Hamish to have the advantage. Michael Kritzer is back there in 4th place as we look out for that Honda fight going on there with Kane Lamont and Tyler Steiner again. And, of course, keep our eyes out as well for BG, Mr. Brad Groombridge, who's up there now in a very good 6th place. Hayden Smith to go to Sam Cuthbert and Jesse Donnelly. And Jared Guthrie, shout out for Jared. Jared was one of our top junior riders. If I wind the clock back, we, of course, had the World Junior Champs in New Zealand in 2009. So all of our creme de la creme junior riders at the time, all the ones we focus on. Kids, as they were at the time, like none other New Zealand Superbike Road Race champion, Mitch Rees. Kids like this man, Hamish Guthrie. And people like Sam Callahan as well. And, of course, add in there, Hucky Waller, Courtney Duncan, the list goes on. 2009, it was just an ecliptic time for New Zealand junior riders to be at the peak of their game, because we had the World Championships at Dig McHugh in Taupo, New Zealand, and Jared Guthrie was one of our hotshot Kiwis at the time, and he's been around the world, he's been overseas, he's watched plenty of motocross, he's worked overseas, he's come back, he's now set himself up in business as a civil contractor in his home city of Nelson, and he's still loving motocross and coming out here. He's focusing on his business, and so he should be, but you never get away from moto, and he's turned up to still have a race in MX1. Good on you, Jared, all-round good guy, and his mum and dad are pretty cool people as well.
All right, MX1, the top 4 across the line. So it's Hamish Harwood, Maximus Purvis, Cody Cooper. That's your top 3 with the Michael Krantzer and Kay Lamont, 4th and 5th still for them. BG Brad Groombridge is there. Hayden Smith's gone up into what will be 7th place for him. Sam Cuthbert's in there, Jesse Donnelly, Jared Guthrie. Tyler Steiner slipped back to 11th, and he's charging hard, so look out for him to start making some moves. We've got Richard Horn on the bike, Talk Kawasaki. He's in about 12th place as we keep looking at some of the updates here. MX1 racing is such a talented field, and plenty of riders just getting championship points in this class. Means you're at the very top level of New Zealand motocross. So check it out. We've got the likes of Seaton here making his way back in on the Action Moto Kia Trailers Kawasaki. So great to have him inside the top 15. We've got Madison Laddard, Nick Darcy, and Hayden Wilkinson. Kobe Miniana in 16th place. Caleb Livesey in 7th. One of the coolest and best haircuts in New Zealand senior motocross there for 17th place. Logan Mansion there in 18th. Bradley Watling on the 35 Rider Developments machine. And Josh Daru rounding out the top 20, just to tell you how talented this field goes. It's a brilliant occasion here with 8.5 minutes plus a lap left for Hamish Harwood, who's got a decent buffer now after mistakes from both Cody Cooper and Maximus Purvis. But it's not over till it's over, so let's keep an eye on it. Keep your eyes peeled on this one. 8 minutes to go, and MX1 for race 2.
All right, well, going from top to bottom, because it takes everybody in between to make up our fields, and people out there like Ethan Waters and Hadley Dudunsky. You've heard about Super Sister Briar racing in our women's class today, but Hadley out there as well on that Lakes Honda big 450. He's a fast-growing young man, I can tell you, and he's putting his body on the line out there today in a big MX1 class at his home Rotorua track today. So well done to Hadley, Liam Hutton, Zach Hetherington, Seaton Head, and a shout out to Brooke out there, Brooke Broush. I tell you what, if there was a tired rider out there, it has to be Brooke. Unfortunately not in the best of physical condition at the moment, with a bit of an injury hanging over him, but more importantly the man's got guts, G-U-T-S, and he's come out to fight in New Zealand motocross and just wants to be there to help the sport and to show that he's still got the passion and the love that he's had forever. So well done. Hey, Toby Winiata out there for a very good 16th place. Logan Madram, fellow Manawatu rider, and Bradley Watling is there in the top 20 as well. So these guys putting together points after points after points. You know, a 16th place, still 6 points, 5 for a 16th, get it right, and they are valuable points, and it's always a must to make sure you can pick up those points, moto after moto after moto, and bring it home. So good to see out there with our MX1 classes. We take it from top to bottom. Not everybody is a winner. If we only had 3 in the race, how dull it would be, but we've got plenty of others that give us the thrill of watching great motocross in action. Ballet on wheels, as I call it. It is an awesome sport.
All right, just about 4.1 seconds, so Max was a little bit quicker than Hamish that lap around, but just 4.1 seconds with 6 minutes to go. You can see the smooth collective style, very technically sound riding style of Hamish Harwood. He'll be a hard man to beat here with only 6 minutes to go. Maximus Purvis right there in 2nd place, Cody Cooper in behind him. So 1, 2 and 3 have sort of settled into a race pace, and they have got a massive advantage back to Michael Krantzer there in 4th place. So good work from Michael. He's had 4th after 4th after 4th in this championship, and is certainly showing us his class. It's awesome. Like Neil touched on before, to have our international visitors over here. We've got some in our women's class, some in MX1, some in MX2. It's something special. So well done to Michael in 4th place. Kane on in 5th. Brad Groombridge there. He's 1.7 seconds back off Kane. So good work for BG. that white line Kia trailers supported machine. And we've got Hayden Smith on that CML Gas 300cc 2-stroke. That's something special to listen to that bike, and he's doing a great job well inside the top 10 with Sam Cuthbertson and Thomas Steiner. That'll round up to 8 and 9, but JD is in JD on the City Honda machine. That's 10th place for him. Jared Guthrie's now in 11th, and Richard Horn unchanged. He's in 12th place on the 394 machine. So unfolding nice MX1 5 minutes remaining, and brought to us by Brand John Deere, of our awesome local sponsors, and not only a sponsor but supplying some of the machinery to do some track work here. And man, have they turned on an absolutely spectacular track. The Rotorua Motorcycle Club need to take a big bow, because this has been spectacular. Some of the best motocross racing we've seen in recent years, and it's been in every single class, every single race. It's beautiful. So let's keep an eye on this one here. Just a little under 5 minutes plus a lap remaining, and Hamish Howard is that just on about 3 and a bit second lead over Maximus Purvis. So certainly can't relax on that, but will be something special from Max if he can try and dethrone it from here. So we'll keep an eye on these split times. We'll have a look at it all unfolding. But Hamish, Maximus and Coops, 3 absolutely world-class riders, and putting on a real show for race fans here at Rotorua Motocross Park. For round 2 of our Aon, Fox and Pirelli 2023 Senior Motocross Championships.
Well, certainly the shot that we get here on the Ctas coverages of those around here, what we call where the pitboard area is. So there's just one easy up there, and that allows us a screen in there so people can see the race results coming up on the screen. It's also a place where you can keep an eye on your rider. It's a bit of a communication. If the rider's got a hiccup, of course, they can come there. If you go to a supercross environment, you see, of course, on TV what they're all doing when they're lined up, those team mechanics and managers that work the pitboard and work the tools and the parts. Not sort of the same, but a little different profile, and that's why you can see that one part of the track. So you're thinking, well, there's not many people there. That's because they're the people that can be there. Generally, one person per rider in a race, and it's a cool position. Now, other people might choose a different part of the track, but of course, that's the actual position where you can go and do some changes should you need to during a moto. And you're certainly hoping not, but should it be the case, that's where you can do it. E.g., with some tools on you as a mechanic, you'll be able to do some adjustments to the bike. You might come in and say, hey, I keep losing my lever here all the time. Let's get that 10 mil out and give it a tweak. All those kind of things. So there you have with your lineup, and other shots you're seeing are of the crowd. Probably if there's one thing that TV coverage doesn't do, and I'm saying that on a general point of view, it doesn't give the topography, as I call it, the lay of the land, because we go down through a big valley and up the other side, and some of those shots taken of the riders right along their horizon look spectacular. It looks as if they're almost flying over the top of the tree line there at the moment. So looking out for our gap, getting closer and closer and closer and closer, and we are indeed. Oh, he's got him, 44's there, he's got him now, looking for him to come back. No, 44 there, and the bike fighter's on. So we're on here this time at the moment. The MX1 battle drawing closer and closer, and the 44 of Maximus Purvis, the number 1 of the incumbent champion, the reigning points leader, and Hamish Howard in great form there to hold on. Will it be, and how's it going to be? We're about to find out. Will this be the change? Will this be the monumental change? We need a changing point. We need the points each time that you see Hamish having these wins, and I've got nothing against Hamish, far from it, but if you get the idea, we need to see those gaps closing right down. We want it like we had MX2 here 2 years ago, when we got down to just a 2-point game going into that final round, and that's the thing that you want to see. So we are on here at the moment. We are absolutely on as the battle goes on, and Brad, this one is not over.
Oh, this is unbelievable. It was 3 seconds back when we crossed the line last time, so he's reeled in 3 seconds and made the move, and it is on here. So Maximus Purvis, and he's just got the fastest lap of the race, so 1:55.7. That is flying, and he's taken the lead. So can we find out what's going to go on here? There's 2 minutes left on the clock. It'll be touch and go whether that's expired actually when they come around again. So potentially only 2 laps to go, maybe 3. It's all about the clock. It's all about where it sits when they cross the line. But have a look at Maximus Purvis. Not only has he got himself in the lead, he's stretched out 10 bike length advantage as they go for Pirelli step up. So Maximus Purvis, I thought this race was almost dead, very halfway through it. And have a look at Maximus Purvis. Never say no attitude, and just the fitness and conditioning of this young man on that Altherm Window Systems JCR Yamaha. What a spectacular show we're on here. And Hamish Howard's just got no answer for him at the moment, so struggling to keep touch with a hard-charging Maximus. A minute, just over a minute to go on the clock. It's going to be interesting to see if it expires. But right now, even if it is another couple of laps, it looks like advantage Maximus Purvis for the win.
Wow, here we go. Will this be the case? Are we going to watch out? Are we going to see the change coming up here? Who's it going to be? Maximus made the move and he's pulled out a little bit of a buffer, but he hangs on there. There is nothing in it, really nothing in it, as we look to weave our way through here at this stage. So 44 over the number 1. That's where we're focused on at the moment. And keen to look out for the rest. Others to include in our picture will be the likes of the second wave of riders, but all on here at the moment. 44 for your race leader, and 1 to go. Well, we think there's 1 to go. We're about to find that out, because remembering the clock's ticking, so it's you can see it there, 33 seconds to go with our time. So that means that we look out at that point and say, where are we? Here's your race leader, the number 44, Mighty Maximus, the Outturned JCR Yamaha. He's in full flight as he powers his way up the hill there at the moment, looking to get round here and make the run through and up and over the lap score line. There it is, and no, not a white flag, so there is 2 to run, or we believe 2 to run from here. So 44 to get away. Mighty Maximus has taken the advantage as we come round. We have to certainly hook up. We go up through another little valley there, so you see this point in the track where we're focusing on at the moment. So they effectively come around. This track used to be completely in reverse until about 2.5 years ago, as the event here 2 years ago was the first time we'd seen it in a full national livery. So there's been a huge amount done to redo all the corners. You can understand that you've had a track for close to 20 years going in one certain direction. Somebody said one day, let's go in the other direction. What would it mean? Well, you've obviously got to realise you've got to change particularly entries and exits of corners, and obviously jump. Some of them are ready as landing zones where others are in takeoff. So, but they had to re-engineer everything like that, but it proved to be a real plus. It's just one of those things that people in the first place thought one thing, and then others have come along and said, hey, this is engineering, it's a craft in itself, and they've re-engineered themselves to say, we think we're better off going the other way, and it certainly proved to be a success. All the riders have liked it, the spectators have loved it, and it really has made an attraction for us to watch and enjoy world-class motocross right here in NZ for this championship event. So bring it on with Rotor Vegas, as we nickname it here in Rotorua, Central North Island, New Zealand. Maximus Purvis, Hamish Harwood, Cody Cooper, the same but in a different order this time.
Oh, this is something special from Maximus Purvis. He has snuck off a little bit into the distance, so well done, Maximus. We said at the midway stage we were thinking about what was going to happen in race number 3 if the points finish like this. Now we can shake it up even more. We're going to have a points advantage for Maximus Purvis for the overall. If he can finish here, he's got a second in race 2, and he'd love to do one better here. So he's got a lap and a half, a lap and a quarter even to hang on. White flag's ready and waiting for this young man on the L3 window system, JCR Yamaha. It's going to be something special if he can take this one here. It was Hamish Harwood that did all the hard work. He won 2 out of 2 at Balclutha. Somebody needed to respond, and it was this man here. Now he's done exactly the same in round number 2. He's responded to Hamish Harwood and Cody Cooper, who've now won races in this championship, to go with his one at Balclutha. This is going to be something special. We need to hang on here. And what's this going to do to the overall points? It's going to be absolutely electric. And the red plate could be on the 44 going into round number 3. Let's keep an eye on this one here. We're on the final lap. 1 lap to go for Maximus Purvis. Hamish Harwood's there in second place, but he's a massive way back. So it's going to be, you'd have to think, a disaster from here with the only thing that would cost Maximus Purvis. So this is on. Cody Cooper's still there. He's lost touch with those front 2, but doing a wonderful job. Third place still for Coops there. And he's on the 121 Bridgestone Kawasaki machine, so that's good for him. We've got Michael Kratzer still there, our Austrian MX1 champion. He is in 4th place with hard charging Brad Groombridge just narrowly ahead of Kane Lamont, so look out for that battle there. So 4th, 5th and 6th are not too far away from each other on this racetrack with 1 lap to go. And then you go to Hayden Smith and Tyler Steiner, another battle that's not done for you head out on the track. So it's taken 20 minutes plus a lap, but there's still plenty of action to look out for. And we've got Maximus Purvis, who's now well in command. He had an 8.5 second lead when they crossed the line. He stretched it out even further, and now half a lap away. And I think this Rotorua Motocross Park crowd's going to be on their feet in half a lap's time, because this is a big statement of the championship. Hamish Harwood had won 2 out of 3 at Balclutha. Coops won here this morning. It was up to Maximus to respond, and that's exactly what he's done. So let's check it out. With only a couple of laps to go, he pulled the trigger, put the move on Hamish Harwood. And now, there's a couple of corners from Glory here. The crowd's going to be on their feet for this one here. The 44 has made a real statement in this championship. To go with the second here this morning, he's 1 corner away, and the checkered flag's waving for him. Albion Window Systems, JCR Yamaha, Maximus Purvis takes the 25 points and really puts his name in the hat for this MX1 championship. What a statement to make. and that will feel very, very good. We've got Hamish Harwood, who just consolidated his race pace into a second there, and he's got a 1-2-5 race coming up on the line. So that's Hamish Harwood. He's going to come home in second place, but maybe just settled into a bit of a race pace. He's on the line next to MX125, so he might need to save some energy for that one. And that has done an absolute shake-up to the points in this overall. And Maximus Purvis now with one hand on the overall today and getting closer and closer to the overall points lead. What a drama-filled championship we're in for. And this is something spectacular with Cody Cooper coming home in third place. He'll grab another handful of good championship points. And then look to Michael Kratzer and Brad Broombridge. That'll be third, fourth and fifth right down to, and Kane Lamont will come home in sixth. So brilliant stuff, absolute scenes here. And we're going to cross down to Nia, who will have our amazing podium. Hamish Harwood has to settle for second. We might not catch up with him on the podium. He's got to go to MX125. We should be able to catch up with Cody Cooper in third, and we'll definitely be able to catch up with the Altherm Window Systems, JCR Yamaha, of a very elated and excited Maximus Purvis. So let's cross to Neil, who will have our Brad John Deere MX1 podium for race number 2.
Well, what a dramatic race to unfold on that occasion. It, exactly as Brad said, about halfway through the race, you thought you could lock and load each of those positions, but these guys have all proved us oh so wrong. It is never over until it's over. You know, you just dig, you dig, you dig, and you make yourself something to get a chance to get up there. If you're already there, then you're looking to be both so perfect in these conditions. It's hard to remain in that perfect position. So as we look at these guys, the sweat from the brow, the helmets are off as they take a quick drink, and we'll hopefully get their breath and get them over here off their weapons of choice and join us here on the podium at the moment. We won't have the number 2, but we will have the others as we look out for them and take them up here. The reason for that, of course, is for Hamish, in fact, Hamish and Cody as well, doing those back-to-back motos, so good to have him up here. So here we go, we've got the podium over here this time so we can get it nicely. Team Green, Bridgestone man here, and Cody. Cody, you talked before about the positiveness of doing the MX2 and MX1 today. Not quite the perfect run. What happened that time?
I just fell off in the one of the corners before the finish line, and then pretty much, yeah, just the boys were gone, and I was like, I'm just gonna ride around in third here, and then I seen Max fall down in the pit area corner there, and I thought I'd give it a go, but yeah, he was on a mission to catch Harwood, and yeah, I was he was hauling, so I just backed it off.
Hey, would you say that, you know, in other years you haven't thought about doing the double-up classes, but does it suit you to do more than one class?
It's good for lines, but not good for fitness.
I mean, it's a tough day at the office, isn't it?
Yeah, that's for sure. I definitely feel better than Balclutha. Yeah, my partner Curry got onto a nutrition guy, and we seem to, it's feeling a lot better on the bike, that's for sure. Just need a little bit more fitness, I think.
Mate, well done. There we are with Cody, and let's have it. Who was number 1, folks? Hey, how good is that? Let's have it here, Mr. Maximus Purvis. Wicked for Max, and Max, you can go all the way to that top step in a minute, but we'll do the interview down here, and then we can take the shots. What's the difference? Mate, you said you could do it, and you did. Is it as easy as that, or what's your focus? You'd made a mistake. As Coop said, he thought you were gone.
I just got myself into a good groove, got a good start, and then stalled it straight away, and then just had to play catch-up after that, and then dropped it, but just got in a good flow and made it happen.
Right, can you feel the sense that these boys doing the double classing? It's tough for them, mate. If you can capitalise on that, you've got a chance to come in underneath them.
Yeah, definitely. I guess they'll be a bit more worn out doing the old 2 classes, but it's all good, eh?
It is all good. Hey, tell us about, you're a good Kiwis outdoor man, hunting and shooting. You been out, you got any good stuff lately?
No, I haven't been out too much lately, just training and yeah, just focus on racing at the moment.
Good. So tell us about a day in the life, mate. You're on the machinery, you're an operator, but when do you get a chance to go training?
Well, I smashed all the cropping out and the tractors and whatnot, and now it's just motor at the moment.
good focus. Let's hear it. Well done, Maximus Purvis. So well done, Mighty Maximus. Great result there. So there it is, unfortunately, of course, for Hamish. He's got his double focus with his other class. So there we go. That's the end of our MX1. We're all the way back. It's 1, 2, 5s coming up next.